Welcome. In this video, I will be briefly explaining you what are the topics will be covered as part of the Power Query training. This is very brief and introductory video covering what are the areas we will be looking at Power Query. In this slide, you will see the index of the topics I would be covering as part of the Power Query training. Microsoft has introduced three different softwares: Power Query, Power Pivot and Power BI. And all of these softwares have been clubbed into Power BI and Excel. I will be explaining you on that over here. Now, how all of those softwares fit into the real world scenarios will be explained here. Now, getting those softwares is a little tricky, and I have given all the relevant links on my datalyze.in blog site. Here we will understand the objective behind developing Power Query and what features are embedded into it. Now, how individual Power Query works would be explained over here. And the real magic really happens in the transform stage of the Power Query. For learning anything, it is always better to follow a structured path, and here I will explain you how Power Query journey should be followed. Now, understanding different versions of Power Query, it's a little complex or kind of a confusing. And the major difference is only the kind of a layout or kind of a location where Power Query is located. I will be explaining that over here. Here we will get familiar with the Power Query window layout. Now, from here onwards, the real training will start. We will start as a first step importing different files, text files, tab delimited, CSV delimited and Excel files. Here we will see examples of importing data from within the same or different Excel files using Power Query. Now, what are the main things that can be performed on each column on data extracted will be explained over here, like adding columns, removing, splitting or merging columns. One of the most important feature for regular Excel user will be unpivot columns. Next, here we will be looking at various features available to work on different rows. Now, earlier we imported data from single files. Here we will be looking at how to import data from all the files in a folder. If any new files is copied to that folder, that will also be included in the next Power Query refresh cycle. No need to perform same task each month on similar files. Now, once you have created some queries you would like to append, duplicate or reference them, it will be explained over here. This is just kind of a things you will remember while appending, duplicating or referencing. Now, in database or SQL world, there were different types of joins. Till now, for regular Excel user, joining used to happen using VLOOKUP functions only. Now, Power Query has brought in features from database world to Excel user, through which different joins can be performed. The first one here is full outer joins, means take all rows from both the tables. Next one is this join will bring in only matching rows from both the tables. Next, this join will bring all rows from the first table and only matching rows details from the second table. Next is this will bring in rows only from first table which are not matching in second table. Then the right outer will bring all rows from the second table and only matching rows details from first table. This will bring in rows only from the second table which do not match rows in the first table. This is just a brief recap of joins. Now, similar to Excel, Power Query has certain objects which will be explained over here. Power Query has its own new language called M, and it is very easy to learn. A brief concepts will be explained over here. This is just kind of a syntax or special characters to be used in M language. Now, things to remember while using M language will be explained over here, and certain dynamic things also will be explained over here. And over here, examples of different M functions within the Power Query, very similar to Excel, but advanced will be explained. And finally, some real life examples will be taken to understand the impact of Power Query will have on your work. That's it. So be in touch. Look forward to the Power Query Excel training. Thanks a lot.